Hey y'all, Chris Funk here with the Jackson Kayak fishing team, and I'm standing here with one of the very first production bites. This kayak is one that I've been begging for years, and I'm very excited to tell you about it. Spent a couple days in it down here in the Okefenokee Swamp. Let's get into some specs. It's 11 foot, 6 inches long, 35 inches wide, comes in about 72 pounds, and the best part is $7.99, so that'll get just about anybody on the water. Now, let's look at it from bow to stern. Up front, we've got molded in handles. These are super easy on the hands. Even if you got a lot of gear in the boat, 2 people carrying, very, very nice on the hands. You've got this open well on the front from the bow. It's really good for putting all your gear. It comes bungee equipped, so you can just put your gear in there and bungee it down. I've had camera bags in here the last 2 days, and it has been outstanding just being able to put your stuff in there and have it where it's not gonna go anywhere. Right behind that, you've got rod stagers. There's 4 of them here. So if you lay your rods right across your feet, like I normally do, out the front of the bow, they're not gonna move, they're not gonna roll away. So the entire setup is pretty darn handy. This notch here is for those of you that like to fish, use a hog trough. The hog trough will fit right in here. That way, if you like to know how long your fish are, or you wanna share it with your friends, or you're fishing a tournament, that hog trough will sit right here and stay out of your way. Moving back, we've got our stand-up strap, which is really good for those that have difficulty standing in the boats. This allows you to get up and down at a controlled rate. Very handy. We've got our foot pegs rubber covered, very comfortable, adjustable for depending on how long-legged or short-legged. And on both sides of that, it's got gear track. And the thing I like about the gear track is it's exactly where I need it if I want to put my rod holder on it. Today I ran a depth finder in it. I've also had a camera arm on it, so it's placed right where it needs to be. No matter what you want to do with it, you can put your accessories in here on the front. Moving back on the deck, and you could see this open expanse of the deck. That's one thing that I loved about this boat. It's just unbelievably open expanse, like fishing on a prairie. It's got 2 notches here on both sides for your smaller tackle boxes. They fit in there very well, and the bungee secures them in there. You've got your bottle holder, cup holder, whatever you need to do. It's real easy, real intuitive to get to. And the seat moves fore and aft. You can see it's a trimmable seat. Now it's a 1-position seat, so it's not a high or low position. It's kind of in the middle, but I found that it was very comfortable to sit in and also very easy for me to get up and sit down in. And being able to trim it back and forth allows you to change the attitude of the boat. So me being a larger paddle, I can lift the bow up a little bit. If you're a smaller paddle, you can trim the bow down, whatever you need to do to make it where it paddles good for you. That's one good thing about having a seat that you can move fore and aft to tune it to you as a paddler. Talking a little bit more about the seat, you can see it's a new design. It clips in the front. These all move back and forth so you can still slide your seat fore and aft. And the back goes in these slides, so it takes all the pressure off the deck. It's very easy to move it fore and aft. And you can pop the clips and fold the seat back if you want to. So if you want to stand in this area, which is just a huge open expanse of a deck, it's very easy just to flip the seat out of the way. On both sides, you've got a molded in paddle holder, which the paddle sits in this notch. The bungee goes over it. It is very secure, very easy to use. Again, you've got the tackle box holders on both sides. You've got a cup holder on both sides. And then back here, there's a small indentation. If you have extra lures that you've taken off as you change them out through the day, you could set them right there. Just be careful not to knock them in the water. Looking in the back tank well, you can see we've got rod holders on both sides. The rocket launcher rod holders, very easy to get to from the seat. You've got this open area, and I mean, this is just a giant tank well. It fit my J crate very well, but there was also room behind it. There was so much room, there's room behind it for more camera gear if you wanted to. But if you were gonna camp in this thing or whatever, this is just a massive, massive tank well. Think about the size of a pickup truck bed, but on a kayak. In the back, we've got another molded in handle, very easy on the hands. And on the bottom, it's got a replaceable skid plate. So if you're dragging your boat and you eat this place up, it's very easy to replace this. The bite is a 35-inch wide blank slate that you can do whatever you want to with it. It's incredibly stable, paddles very easily, is already accessorized enough. If you want to go crazy with it, go crazy with it. At that price point, you can add whatever you want to with it. But the good thing is, as it sits, it's an outstanding vessel. So if you want to know more about the bite, either go to one of your local Jackson dealers or look it up on jacksonkayak.com. It's got this notch right here, and this is wide enough for your hog trough to sit in. For those of you that like to have pictures of how long your fish are, you know, just in case you're prone to lie. No, sorry.